Cole, I've got to shoot through. We've got a queue up here. Thank you. Cole Riddell on the line on the turtles and dugongs. I've just received that letter too from, I haven't been able to read it all yet. This is the letter that's been sent from the Federal Environment Minister to the Coalition's Environment Spokesman, or if you like, Shadow Minister for the Environment, Greg Hunt. And I just looked up at my screen and there's his name, so he's available to join the conversation. Greg Hunt, thanks for joining us on the program.
G'day, Macca.
You probably heard the tail end of a conversation. We've had a few minutes discussing this letter that's gone from Tony Burke to you, actually. I've just received a copy of it. What are the points you'd like to make on this? By the way, I've got the member for Cairns with me in studio too.
Oh, right, very good. Look, the starting point is this, that sadly the Federal Environment Minister, who is charged with protecting the most vulnerable marine species in the country, has basically turned a blind eye to the slaughter of turtles and dugongs on his watch. The letter acknowledges that more than 40 illegally set nets had either been modified or set to specifically target dugongs or marine turtles. And then he goes on to say, however, we found that everything was being undertaken in accordance with rights. And so there are two completely contradictory positions here. One is that they've got 40 instances of illegal activity. The other is we can't find anybody responsible. Now, what's the position? The good name of traditional owners who are doing the right thing is being sullied by poachers. The government doesn't have the courage to wade into this issue. It doesn't have the guts to take on the poachers who are causing enormous damage to turtles, to dugongs, to the sort of threatened marine species. And it doesn't have the courage to stand up for the traditional owners who are doing the right thing, who've said they need support and who want to make sure that the turtles and dugongs are protected.
I want to make a point here too, and that's on the latter of the two major points in this letter. And this is about what's happening at Green Island. This is people coming in there, hundreds of thousands or certainly tens of thousands, to view these glorious animals in their natural environment. And what do they end up visiting? A killing field, a slaughterhouse. They're taking that message back to the other side of the world, saying you won't believe what they're doing to us in Australia and what they're doing to these animals in the middle of this precious tourism destination. Now, what Tony Burke is saying, oh no, this slaughter on Green Island's all being done by traditional owners exercising native title rights. The traditional owners themselves identify these people as rogue hunters.
Exactly. So there are two steps here. The first is at the state level. Andrew Power will change the Animal Cruelty Act to ensure that these sorts of practices are outlawed. And secondly, at federal level, given that Tony Burke will not do it, we will put a ban on the killing of turtles and dugongs in green zone. That's not an equivocation. It is a direct, specific, absolute commitment from Warren Ench, member for Leichhardt, and myself. That's what we'll do. We should be held to account for that pledge because we'll do it.
Greg Hunt, it's Gavin King here. It just staggers me beyond belief that the Labor Party still doesn't get it, and that is that they are not listening to the people. And the people are telling politicians that this is a huge problem, so you need to act, and yet their head is still in the sand. I just don't get it. I really, it's beyond belief.
I think the lesson of the last state election was never underestimate Queenslanders. These are strong and independent people who make up their own mind, and if they think that the government is ignoring them, the observation is that they will make that well known. And I think that that's going to happen, I hope, right around Australia at the next federal election. We don't want to wait 500 days. We don't want to wait for the long parliament to, try to reach record levels before the Prime Minister finally submits herself to the will of the people. But no matter how long it takes, we hope that the Australian people will say this, and I am absolutely certain that the Queenslanders will say, you have not listened to us. There are simple, practical solutions. Go do, and they will be very supportive of what we're proposing on that front.
Greg, thanks for your contribution on this.
Pleasure.
He's the Shadow Minister, Federal Shadow Minister for the Environment. His name's Greg Hunt.